Hello and welcome back, everybody. It's Mark, aka Chibikawaii, and in the booth with me, I have Gabe, aka Calimdir, and we've got a pretty awesome old schooly type of magic or match up going on. Gabe, why don't you take it away?
Yeah, a magical matchup, if you will. We have on one side we have Darkness, the Darkness, coming up, playing Stone Scar, all right, representing Jito Queen. That is right, not Jito-less, Jito Queen. There are 3 copies of Frontier Jito in this list. And on the other side, we have
excited.
Big Cumbre. Big Cumbre. A tale as old as time, Jito Queen versus Big Cumbre. What year is this? I don't know anymore.
It actually would probably still be this year.
No. Hold on, time out. Jito hasn't. When did Jito get nerfed? Anyways, the point is 2016 would have been when this happened. It's only been 1 year, but I'm making it sound more important than it is.
Yeah, no, this is fine because it's not like, I grinded a master with Jito Queen like January and February, but it's fine, right? It's good. It's good. Anyway, what are you predictions? And then we'll go ahead and get everybody started.
I think game 1 usually would go to Jito Queen. I think that the more burn-heavy variants of Stone Scar are a little better against Cumbre. Cumbre has very good blockers. So usually Cumbre is not too bad, but it is still a very aggressive deck. And this deck in particular has tons of payoff cards. So if it gets going, there's not a deck that can really keep up with it in tempo, and it will end the game very quickly. Post board, though, I have to actually look at what options are available on Flash's side for Big Cumbre to see how well he can adjust.
All right, well, fair enough. So with that, I think we'll go ahead and give the players the go-ahead here. Go ahead, and multiple times. It's fine. I know words. I do like the 3 Power Stones from Flash's list, though.
Yeah,
it's pretty standard nowadays, but I still enjoy it. I really enjoy that type of ramp. It's like interactable ramp. Yeah, it's good things.
Yeah, so Flash actually, we'll get the players started in just a second. But Flash actually not running any harsh rules in the main board, which I think is the biggest or most notable difference between this list and some other Big Cumbre lists. But harsh rules kind of been being phased out of Cumbre. Usually you just have a couple in the main board so that your opponent plays around it, and then you kind of keep the rest in the sideboard. Yeah. He's just moved them all to the sideboard, which I think is fine. But that means Darkness is going to have no fear playing out his cards this game, which means that this turn, look at how many cards are coming down. If 2/1 drops again, and then this Sangbar.
Yep, and if a power comes off the top for this rally, that might be close to GG.
Yeah, and Flash has a Cumbre healer. Like it's just not going to be enough, I don't think.
Yeah, this will be interesting, but Darkness has to hit a power here. I mean, like, it's not great for Flash if Darkness, even if Darkness doesn't hit a power, but ooh, all right. So the Vanquish is pretty good. That's a Jackknife. That's not a power. Rally's not going to be an option this turn. Cumbre healer is going to come down and gain a little bit of life for Flash, and then provide some good blockers. We'll see how much it actually ends up mattering.
Yeah, but if at any point Darkness draws another relevant card or a power, it's just he's gonna be getting in so much damage each turn.
Yeah, and I think I 100% A space. Let's go. Let's go, buddy. And I think at this point you're probably gonna play assembly line out first before you play your rally.
Maybe it's depending on if rally is lethal, but yeah.
We're just going to see basically several good blockers in a row coming down from Flash. So I don't know if you're going to have that. Bandit Queen in hand too. Darkness's best draws right now are just power, right?
Yeah, basically. And Darkness is in a weird position where he doesn't really want to just get in that 4 damage that he could be getting in, because the payoffs are so much bigger than that if he waits. And Flash doesn't have harsh rule. But he does have, Sandstorm Titans, Martial Iron Thorn, all these cards that are going to come down and make it really difficult to get any more damage. And he's just drawing. Darkness is drawing so many payoff cards and not able to get the actual reward out of them.
Yeah, but as Flash just keeps filling up the board, it's just not going to end up mattering. Now we're at 5 powers. This Martial Iron Thor gets to come down. Yeah, I was all in on Darkness. I don't know if it's actually going to matter now. I mean, like you could do the rapid shot play here to see if you can like cheese out a trade, or I guess it wouldn't be a trade. It would be a straight up killing whatever unit. But well,
you're trading the rapid shot.
Oh no, that was loud.
Wow, sorry. Are you in a thunderstorm?
Apparently, I am. Yes, I was about to ask if that was if you could hear. That was quite alarming. Awesome. Anyway, sorry. Moving on. Rapid shot coming down. We're actually only gonna be able to kill off 1 unit there. The Seraph I like killing off. However, the Combra Healer just as a bunch of a pain in the butt as Seraph was.
Yeah, I think at this point, it doesn't matter too much. I think because Darkness doesn't have any things like Soulfire Drake, Obliterate, stuff like that, it's going to be really, really difficult to get in any damage. And Flash has, now a reasonable clock. So
well, Darkness here, So if Darkness draws another power off the top, a non-depleted power, Bandit Queen gets to come down, swing in for a lot. Yes, 3 units are probably going to die, but that should be enough for the second Bandit Queen to come down and then clean everything up. That's why Darkness being at 11 there, huge.
Yeah.
Well, I guess because if he does swing out and then he blocks, then Flash is lethal on the crackback.
Yeah, so, if Darkness was still at 25 here, he would just be, attacking in, rallying, getting in those little points of damage, but he's just dead on the crackback, which is why this situation is so bad for him. And with the Parliament in hand, with the Iron Thorn and the Mystic on the field, any power is just absolutely devastating on Flash's side for Darkness.
So I was actually wondering, not that you would ever want to do this, but a defensive rally.
What about it?
Well, just to be able to trade up, I guess, but you'd be trading 2 cards for 1 card, basically. Yeah.
It is a thing that you could do theoretically.
I don't know if it's good, and it's definitely not. But I'm just trying to think what way could Darkness get back into this game? And
okay. So if theoretically Flash had for some reason only attacked with Mystic Ascendant, maybe that would have been okay. Sure. But then he just is out a rally and has no way to win. I don't think there was any way to win either way. I think this is going to be going to the next game very quickly. But it was interesting to think about. And I think that defensive rally has come up throughout the history of Returnal a couple times, but it's definitely infrequent. But here we're just seeing basically all of Darkness's units get traded away, and he's just a little short of lethal, and that's going to be the game.
Yeah. Darkness, unfortunately, does not have Torch in hand to finish this off with the requisite power. All right. I appreciate Darkness, though, letting Flash get the damage in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no concessions. Make them find the line. I think that's completely reasonable.
They got to find that A key. That A key can be tricky.
It can be, and sometimes you hit it twice really quick, and then you press the button, you think you're going to combat. Turns out you're not. Turns out you just skipped your turn. It's good. Nothing like a free time walk for your opponent. Things can happen. Play to your outs, no matter how small they are.
It's a feature, not a bug.
Hey, all right. So what are we expecting sideboard wise here?
So Combust potentially from the side of Darkness. So let me just go over the sideboard really quickly on Darkness. Sure. So he's got they've got 3 Combust, 4 Argent Port Instigator, 4 Cinder Yeti, and 4 Scrap Tank. So they've got 11 sideboard cards, and I think Combust and Instigator are cards that I would want to see, as well as Cinder Yeti, because the only thing that you can't really exhaust is Sandstorm Titan, and sometimes just randomly exhausting a Seraph and then rallying the next turn is enough.
Yeah, and then over on Flash's side, we actually can see what they decided to sideboard. It looks like all 3 harsh rules came in, a additional Martial Ironthorn came in, and all 4 Awakened students came in, as well as the Voice of the Speakers also came in.
But what came out is the question.
The Power Stones came out. I believe some of the I think some of the Vanquishes came out.
Oh.
I think the Ascendants came out. There were a lot of cuts, but all of them pretty much made sense. It was everything that was a little slow, or Vanquish is just almost never going to have a target.
Yeah, I just was interested to see that he brought in an Ironthorn over in the center, because Ironthorn, it is still a 5/5 for 5. That's let's not forget that. Versus aggro, that's perfectly serviceable.
Yeah, so it looks like our players are underway here. So we're just jumping back in.
Yeah, so on Darkness's end, a lot more options here this game, right? It actually has some rapid shots, some power, and then does have a payoff card. A little light on units, and Flash had the Temple Scribe, which is a big deal.
Yeah, that extra point of life, and then just also the ability to... Oh, this is going to be... Yeah, this will be interesting. The Sanguine actually might be freed. Yes.
Yeah.
Based off this block, the rapid shot comes down thanks to the overwhelm on Pyro Knight. Going to trample over a little bit. Yeah, I was about to say I don't know why there's a pause there. That seems like the only correct line. Sanguine's now free. Now this rally actually, it's not going to be the best rally in the world, but it's not going to be the worst one either.
No, but it could. Oh well, okay, never mind. I was going to say it could make Sanguar trade up into a Combat Healer, but it will trade up into a Sandstorm Titan as well.
Not even, right? We just play well, that's probably the best block to make in this situation.
Yep.
Actually, so maybe
read.
Yeah, so maybe do you even... I guess Flash probably saw some additional pauses somewhere. I wonder if you were supposed to even attack with the 1/1 there.
I mean, on Darkness's side, I would also call that a victory. Like, you get in 6 damage. Like, good job. You did it. That's what you're trying to do.
All right. Ooh. Well, that 5/9 Sandstorm Titan, that's going to be a bit of an issue. We're going to have to get... Well, I guess not really, right? Because we have... Darkness has both Rally and Rapid Shot. So that 4 and then 8. Oh. So he can only attack with the Sanguar, but as long as he attacks the Sanguar.
You bluff it. You bluff it 100%.
Do you?
Here we go. Come on, let's do it.
I don't know. Flash called some things out. I like just attacking with Sanguar.
But that's just that. Then your opponent's like, well, what exactly does he have?
Yeah, but I mean, like,
okay to
you're gonna get 4 points of damage in that way.
See, here we go. This is my man right here. Oh, come on.
I don't like it, because Darkness, like right now, if Pyro Knight stays on board, anything off the top is a good draw for Darkness, right? Whereas now, a little less so.
That is fair. I think it was gonna get silenced anyway. The reason I don't like the line of only attacking with Sanguar is because I think it gives away too much information. If I'm not attacking with Power Knight, I'm not attacking with Sanguar either.
Sure. No, I think that's 100% reasonable. Now the question is, do you save the Sanguar with the Rapid Shot?
It's definitely a question.
Looks like it.
Darkness has an answer.
It sounds like, Gabe, you don't like that line? You just like...
No. I think it was fine. I think Darkness is just in a really tough spot. I think it might be a really quick 2-0 for Flash, just because, like I talked about before, the Jito decks are really good at dealing with, like Armory and things like that, or non Combray decks, because Combray has more of a weakness to some of the over-the-top Stone Scar decks, a weakness to the Champions, the Impending Dooms, the Obliterates. That's really what kills Combray most of the time, and that's not what Jito has. It really relies on these explosive starts, and both games Flash had like the Combray healer on 3 if he wanted it. This game it was Temple Scribe into Sandstorm Titan into a 5/9 Sandstorm Titan, and that's just too much.
Like the thing is here, right? Darkness still has 5 turns of just taking the Sandstorm Titan to the face. There's the potential that Darkness could go wide enough with this rally. So like if next turn an assembly line comes off the top.
Oh yeah, no, this game's not over.
Yeah.
Darkness can draw Combust at any point if he brought those in. And that will do a lot.
Oh man, yeah, Combust would be huge. Just get rid of one of these Grenadins.
No, you don't need them. You got enough.
Well, that's a Shadow Sigil. I think that's what we were looking for.
Yeah, I think look, now he's got 5 and 5 if he wants. 5 and 5 influence.
Easy peasy. So the Champion of Chaos definitely turned on. Champion of Cunning, half of which is turned on.
True, not castable, but half of it is turned on.
Yes, we're not looking for castable. We're looking for good champions.
We're not even looking for in the deck, really.
Interesting. I don't think you have to attack out of desperation just yet.
Yeah, but how much damage is he getting in if this had gone perfectly?
All right, so Sandstorm Titan is going to be the only thing left.
No, the Combat Healer should live.
Oh no, it should. Sorry. For some reason, I was thinking it was going to end up doing 5 instead of 4 damage. So but I don't. What is Darkness doing from this? Like I think you had to hope for an assembly line off the top. Well, that's a torch.
Well, he's just gonna draw. He's gonna draw all 4 torches. That's his plan.
Oh, yeah, and you could stall the game long enough for that game plan to work. Let's see how that pans out. I appreciate it. I think it's a solid line. Probably the best one in this situation. All right, you got to chump. We're on the 4 torch on the top plan. Oh,
Ooh.
well. Ballsy.
That opens up the torch yourself line, which is a solid line.
Well, and there's that assembly line right off the top, which would have been an extra 9 points. It still only puts them down to 2, but then swinging
means that torch would be lethal. But,
yeah. Yeah. See, that's why I was like, I did not like. I honestly, I felt it was too early to go for a desperation attack, but who knows? Who knows? Darkness probably has way more experience with the deck than I do. So I will default to their reasoning. And I got the chippity chump. One more.
Gonna have to.
Oh, so you're just gonna torch the healer?
I have mixed feelings about this.
Yeah, I don't. Well, actually, it's interesting that Flash did not protect there. I feel like I would have snapped off protect. The reason being is, as you've said, it's not like we have to worry about an obliterate or anything else, like any big burn spells coming in from Darkness. I'm sitting at 12 life. Like that 2/5 combo healer just does so much work in this matchup. I probably would have tried to keep it around a little bit longer. I think
that the combo healer is really good, but I think Flash really wants to save that protect for like a combust on that Sandstorm Titan, and just knows that they're going to be safe anyway with the owls. So they're not worried about it. Either way, though, I think both lines are totally fine. I think Flash has got this one in the bag.
Yeah.
And Darkness is he's not gonna go to 1. He's gonna take it. He's gonna take it all to the face like a man.
Yeah, take a lot to the face? Is that
I said take it all.
But what do we so potentially no backups. We're looking around, guys. We're gonna find out. So let's try to digest this matchup a little bit. And like kind of what happened in those games. Pretty straightforward, but we gotta kill a minute or two.
Yeah, I mean, definitely Darkness's deck is good at killing a few things, sometimes time-based decks. Not in this scenario, though.
Yeah, like Combo Healer is like probably the single worst card for any judo matchup, right? Like,
I would argue Copper Hall Bailiff is worse, actually.
Okay, all right. Like widely played, I would say. Like
true.
Yeah. Not that I personally feel Copperhall Bailiff should see more play, regardless of meta, because the card's just fun. But
Fun for who?
Me.
Okay.
Yeah.
An important clarification. So what I was gonna say about this matchup is so Jito, the Jito deck is very good at killing things like Armory, and honestly even Feln, as long as Feln doesn't draw Lightning Storm. Lightning Storm can obviously just end the game. But Combray has competes very well on the ground with units. And so usually the way to beat Combray with aggro is like, as Earthly showed in the past by changing his Rakano deck to feature more flying. And by Stone Scar's success with the Impending Dooms and the Soulfire Drakes and Obliterates, that's usually how you beat Combray, because they are kind of slow and they really rely, they don't have like the greatest removal, they just have their silences and they have Vanquish and they have Harsh Rule. And so they really rely on their units being able to do their jobs, being able to block. So you can win on the ground if you just rapid shot them, completely tempo them out of the game, and they just don't have anything. But it's definitely much easier for Combray to beat a deck like Jito than it is for them to beat something like Stone Scar Burn.
Yeah, I mean, I think that makes complete sense. And yeah, so it does seem like we do not have any backup matches. So Gabe, did you want to say anything else about the matchup?
My personal feelings, I would have liked to have seen the Jito deck make a little bit of a resurgence. Nothing against Flash. Flash, super cool. I actually like this build of Combray. I actually really like not having Harsh Rule. I actually have some interesting opinions on whether or not Harsh Rule should be in a Combray deck. I think on ladder you actually don't want it just because Harsh Rule's not that good in the deck. But in competitive tournament play, I think you want at least 2 copies just so your opponent plays around it, since you have open deck lists. So I actually really like both decks. And I think the better deck is the big Combray deck. I think the better deck went away the winner here. And so in that sense, it's good. But I hope that we get to see more of Darkness. I hope he continues to do well, because I'm a big fan of Stone Scar and of Jito and aggro making a comeback.
Oh yeah, I am too. I would love a mindless deck that I don't actually have to think and play, and I can jam Argenport. But yeah, it's going to be good. So with that, I think we are going to take a break here. We're going to watch some VODs from our lovely X Kirby, editing wise, yes, and we'll be back for the next round here shortly. So thank you again, and we'll see you guys soon.